Picture this, it's 2008 and the global economy gets smacked in the head with a cast iron skillet. The banks are bleeding out, the stock market's going to hell, and big companies are sinking fast. And in the middle of all that, Elon Musk is fighting tooth and nail to keep his 2 startups alive. And in this video, we're gonna learn just how desperate it got and how the hell Elon was able to pull it off. The development of their first product, the Roadster, was a complete nightmare. Initially, it was only supposed to cost $25 million, but that number ballooned to over $140 million due to engineering overruns, supply chain issues, and just general inexperience in making automobiles. And since the recession was having an iron grip on the economy, nobody was lending. None of the banks were giving out loans. No investors were trying to invest into anything. All the cash was kept to themselves, and Tesla was literally days away from going bankrupt. Now, while Tesla was stuck between a rock and a hard place, SpaceX, Elon Musk's other company, was having a nuclear meltdown. Back in 2006, NASA promised SpaceX that if against all odds, somehow they were able to get a rocket into orbit, they would give SpaceX a contract to deliver goods to the ISS and launch satellites into orbit, which equals a lot of money for SpaceX. Basically, they gave Elon Musk and his team the smallest glimmer of hope to chase after. So then on March 28th, 2006, I believe, they launched the first rocket. And the result was boom. 33 seconds after liftoff, the engine exploded and the rocket plummeted into the sea. They regrouped, and in March of 2007, they launched the second rocket. It fails and crashes into the sea as well. In August 2008, they attempted a final Hail Mary launch. With the economy in shambles and SpaceX basically bleeding money out, either this launch would succeed or the dream would be dead. With a NASA payload on its nose and thousands of hopes and dreams riding on it, it launches and explodes. Now at this point, Elon had an impossible choice to make. Down to his last $30 to $40 million, he had to make a choice. Does he pour all the money into one company, leaving the other to die? Or does he split it and risk losing both in a catastrophic meltdown? Here's a quote by Elon at that time.
I think I had $30 or $40 million left in 2008. I had 2 choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the 2 companies. But if I split it between the 2 companies, then both might die. And when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, or building something, it's like a child. Am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split the money between the 2.
Elon rallied his team to put together one more launch attempt with the final money he had, even going as far as scavenging and reusing old parts from previous attempts. And against all odds, it actually made it to orbit, and NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract just a few months later, saving the company. Meanwhile, Tesla's lifeline came as a $40 million convertible debt round, essentially a really high-risk loan that's convertible to stock, as if I know what that means. The deal closed at 6 p.m. on December 24th, 2008, the literal last working hour before the holiday shutdown, when banks and offices would close for the holidays. Without it, Tesla would have been insolvent by December 26th. We closed Tesla's financing round on the last hour of the last day it was possible. The funding didn't save Tesla, but it did buy them time, staving off the immediate bankruptcy and letting Tesla basically limp into 2009. It was the ultimate high-stakes gamble with all the odds stacked against him, and he somehow pulls it off. Well, him and his team. Now, what can we learn from this? Well, I was 1 during 2008, so I don't actually know, I wasn't really there. But from all my studies and learning and such things, it seems like even if the economy isn't really in a good spot, if the idea is good enough and if you really believe in what you're doing, you can pull it off. It's possible. There's a possibility that you can do it. So if the idea is good and you're willing to work really, really hard, even if the economy is in the gutters, that is not an excuse to not try. Number 2, projecting that something is going to cost $25 million and it ending up costing $140 million is kind of absurd. I don't know, I feel like when you're making a budget, it really shouldn't just be the best case scenario, everything going right. You should kind of assume a bunch of things are gonna go wrong and maybe have multiple budgets. I don't know, I just feel that's over a 500%. $140 million is a lot more than $25 million. I don't know, I've never gotten funding before. Number 3, I feel like if you have the option to, obviously, you should try and self-fund as much as possible, because there's no guarantee that you're gonna find investors and find people to put money into your projects. If you really believe in something, you should really try to just fund it yourself rather than using other people's money, in my uneducated opinion. And that is what Elon Musk did. I mean, he put all his PayPal money into his companies, into Tesla and SpaceX. So he was a self-starter and it did pay off somehow. But if he had just relied on other investor money and wasn't willing to put any money in himself, I don't think the companies would have survived. And also maybe it makes you work harder when you put your own money into it. Like it's like you're putting yourself into the game. Number 4, don't lose hope when something doesn't work the first time. Like launching a rocket into space. If you really believe in something and you're really determined to make it work, you might have to try again and again and again and again and again. James Dyson, he made the Dyson vacuum cleaner and he has the big company called Dyson. He had over 5,000 different prototypes for his initial product, the vacuum cleaner. Over 5,000 prototypes over 15 years just to make a vacuum cleaner. And now look at him, he's a billionaire. But it took years and years and years and years of effort and compounding just to get it right. So if you're not willing to go through 15 years of failure to do something, maybe you don't want it enough. Another one of the reasons that you should really only be doing things that you like, if you have the option. Number 5, NASA gave SpaceX hope. Hope was the driving force. Hope and determination in doing something that is bigger than themselves. That's how the team was able to stay motivated. That's how Elon was able to stay motivated. And that's how he was able to get investors to invest in his company, because people believed in his vision. Maybe not in the actual thing, but in the vision. And having a vision that is strong enough to convince other people, to evangelize other people, that's really powerful. Number 6, life is built on just the tiniest razor thin margins ever. Tesla got funding literally an hour before the deadline. So I guess the lesson is don't lose hope. But I think a better way to say that is just keep fighting until the very end, because it's possible for miracles to happen. I wouldn't count on it, but it's possible, so you might as well try. Number 7, when I just say like Elon Musk did this, Elon Musk did that, he did a lot, and he's a hard worker and a really good leader of a company. I mean, look at him, he has 6 different companies. But I feel like not enough credit goes to the team. Like there are hundreds or thousands of people working for Tesla, working for SpaceX, even today. They're successful companies now. I don't want the team to be forgotten. Your team is the most important part of the company. Because, if your company is only made up of 10 people, each person at that company is 10% of that company. So you should really only have really good people working with you and for you. I don't know, just try to appreciate the people who are working for you and who believe in your vision. I really do think it's important. And try to only work with the best people. Number 8, even if your idea is crazy, it's possible for it to work. An electric vehicle only car company, that's absurd. That was absurd until Tesla did it. I'm pretty sure they were the first. And now Rivian has come along and a bunch of others. But I think Tesla was one of the first electric vehicle only manufacturers out there, and it paid off. And it opened a whole industry. And they literally did it with rockets too, SpaceX. They're like, billionaires are now, oh, let's just go to space now. I bet I can get to space before you. That's crazy. That's absurd. Who thought that you could privatize space exploration? But it's possible. SpaceX did it. Even if you think your idea is crazy, first of all, it's probably not crazy. Secondly, even if it is crazy, it's still possible. You just, gotta keep playing the game. You gotta keep trying, one day at a time. Maybe anything's possible. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of Implied. I really appreciate it. Let me know how I can do it better, what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you'd like to see next. I really appreciate you watching, and expect next episode to be better, because we improve every day.